You know, you can tweet something without any facts to back it up. But when you file a lawsuit in court challenging election results, you need a little something called evidence. Let's talk about that. Because respecting the will of the voters, like justice, matters. Hey all, Glenn Kirshner here. So when we're in court, we are governed by the federal rules of evidence. But you know, there are no federal rules of tweets. Donald Trump can tweet out whatever he pleases, right? He can tweet out, Obama spied on me. He can tweet out, Joe Biden committed crimes and should be in prison. He can tweet out, Bob Mueller's team was made up of 13 angry Democrats. All lies, all false, right? Donald Trump's tweets are essentially a fact-free zone. But if you're going to walk into a court of law and you're going to file lawsuits challenging election results, lawsuits designed to undermine the will of the American voters, you need evidence. And Donald Trump and his various teams of lawyers have no evidence of election fraud, and judges are telling them so. Consider this reporting from Time. Quote, Joe Biden won the presidential election on Saturday after the Associated Press called him the winner in Pennsylvania, pushing the former vice president past the 270 electoral college votes needed to clinch the White House. Less than a half an hour later, Rudy Giuliani, President Donald Trump's lawyer, alleged without any evidence that the electoral system in Philadelphia, which contributed to Biden's victory, was riddled with fraud. Within 30 minutes of Pennsylvania being called for Joe Biden, Rudy Giuliani starts spouting off. The electoral system in Pennsylvania is riddled with fraud, and you know he had no evidence of it at that moment. He couldn't have. Judges already threw out lawsuits filed by Trump's lawyers in Pennsylvania, in Nevada, in Georgia, in Michigan. Now, I am not going to sit here and catalog all of the false, frivolous, absurd claims Donald Trump's lawyers have been making around the country. But consider this reporting from ABC News. Since Election Day, the Trump campaign has brought a series of lawsuits around the country in an effort to find a path to re-election. Please put a pin in that phrase, find a path to re-election. That's what they're trying to do. But 4 judges in different states have now weighed in with striking consistency and similar language, finding there is no sufficient evidence to back their claims. But Donald Trump and his lawyers are trying to find a path to re-election, and they're trying to find that path by going around the American voters, by circumventing the will of the American people. That's the path they're trying to find to re-election. So judges have been saying things like, while dismissing, rejecting, tossing out these various lawsuits, they're saying things like, what you're giving me, Trump lawyers, is double hearsay. You know, that would be like introducing, I'm not going to call it evidence, information, that I heard somebody say that somebody said there was voter fraud in Pennsylvania. You've had judges in Nevada, for example, say, quote, to Trump's lawyers, at what point does this get ridiculous? Close quote. And then Michigan Judge Cynthia Stevens summed it up nicely, her skepticism, saying, quote, come on now, close quote. And yet, Donald Trump's water boys continue to go on TV. Rudy Giuliani, Lindsey Graham, and others continue to go on TV saying the following phrase: "We're entitled to bring a suit in court to challenge the election results. We're entitled to bring a suit in court to challenge the election results." That sounds good. That sounds plausible, right? But it couldn't be more misleading, because they're leaving out one important word to make that phrase accurate. Let me insert that word. We're entitled to bring a frivolous suit to challenge the election results. No, you're not. We're entitled to bring a baseless suit to challenge the election results. No, you're not. We're entitled to bring an evidence-free suit to challenge election results. No, you're not. Lawyers get sanctioned, investigated, disciplined, suspended from the practice of law for doing what these lawyers are doing, bringing suits with no evidence to support their claims. They're trying to find a path to re-election around the American voters. They're subverting democracy. So, to sum up, lawsuits attacking election results require evidence. Trump has none. Case dismissed. Because justice matters. Respecting the will of the American voters matters. We'll get through this, folks. We'll get through this. Folks, thank you for checking out my videos on YouTube, my YouTube channel, Glenn Kirshner 2. You can also follow me on Twitter at Glenn Kirshner 2. I'm on Twitter all day and night trying to answer your legal questions. And then finally, if you want to support our all-volunteer efforts here, you can go to patreon.com. You can sign up, you can become a patron. And if you do, if you choose to support our efforts and our content, I will send you a couple of Team Justice stickers with a personal note as my way of thanking you for becoming a patron and supporting what it is we're trying to do here. As always, folks, thank you, and I look forward to talking with you all again tomorrow.